Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be diving into one of the most essential skills for anyone starting with Excel, which is formatting and simple calculations. By the end of the video, you will be able to make your Excel sheet look professional and calculate efficiently. Let's get started. Right here is an example of a data set that is here. As we can see, this data set doesn't look organized, and headers and this, because if you can look correctly very well, you see that this column C is entering to column D somehow, so we need to organize this to be in a very good format. So what are we going to do? Well, we start by from our date we have the year, the month, and the date, and I think this is just fine. So here, what is here? So this is our customer name. So how do we organize this? Well, there are two ways to organize this depending on your preference. The first two is either by double clicking the column line right here, which is this place. This is our result here, right? Then the same thing we are going to do for this, since you're having issues with this place. So for this to be shown normally, so instead of us dragging for it to be organized, what if we have millions of data? Are we going to know which one is longer than this that's enter into here? So in order to avoid that kind of scenario whereby your data in the middle of data is disorganized when you are working with millions of data, so instead of you doing that, you just automatically just tap here, double tap on this line right here, and it automatically sets everything for you in order. As you can see, our data is correct. As you can see, I'm double tapping, our data are coming back together. So like I said in the beginning of the video, there are two ways of actually organizing especially the headers. Sometimes some people like the headers like this depending on their stuff, and sometimes you want to add like a point, something like this, like what is called wrap. So I first reduce this, I light this place, and I do what is called auto wrap. So as you can see, my work is actually wrapped now, and when I do this, automatically restructure it back to normal. So there are just different ways you can just actually do this depending on your preference. You can actually do the auto wrapping especially for the headers, and you can leave it in this format depending on your choice.